Hey, what's up guys? Welcome back to another Minecraft video. And this time we're going to be doing something a little bit different. So we actually are on one of my worlds that I've been working on for a very, very long time. Probably just over 6 years actually. And it's still not actually finished, but I have done quite a lot in this. And I have covered this on my channel once before, but I've done a lot more since then. So I thought I'd do another video. Well, this is the end part. This is the part that I'm still kind of working on. So over there you'll be able to kind of see... I haven't really done much of it, but there is a lot of the map to get through, so we're going to run through the whole map. Basically, this is a parkour map, so it does have an objective to it. It's not just all for just looks and stuff. And I will show you guys a little bit of the parkour later, but we're not going to run through the whole thing. We'll do that in a separate video, probably when this world's done. And yeah, I've done it all by myself this world, except for one thing. And I did receive some help with this ocean part here, because I don't have command blocks. I'm playing on the Xbox 360... not Xbox 360, Xbox One Edition, the original, which means you don't have commands or anything like that. You have to place every single block by hand. So, yes, I did receive a little bit of help with the ocean, otherwise I'd still be here doing it right now, and it's still not even done. And all this is built on super flat as well, so, well... you can kind of get the idea of that. So we're going to go from the end to the front because I like the end part more. It's probably my favorite area, obviously. Seeing as I've had this world for so long and I've been working on it for so long, I kind of got a bit more better at building towards the end, whereas the start, you'll see later on, is a bit, it's pretty good, but it's... I definitely have improved a lot. So, yeah, this is the part that I haven't really finished over here. I was going to put like a big ass moat in there, and it's going to look amazing. And I have to continue the water across here. That's going to be a cliff face going down, meeting up with the water, and yeah. Alright, so yeah, this is the castle. So I try to put a fair amount of detail into it, because I just wanted to go all out at the very last bit, because it's going to be finishing off here at the castle, and I just wanted to put everything I had into it, just everything that I could possibly do, and that's probably why this part's taking so long, because I just keep burning out, it's too much detail, you know, and I'm just, but I'm getting there, Alright, so yeah, that's that side. This wall I haven't even put in yet. I didn't even realise I was missing that wall, you see? This is the part that I've been working on recently, just putting this big wall that goes in all the way down there to where it's going to meet up with the water, and that takes quite some time. But I do like the design of that wall there. I do quite like it. It's nice and simple, and the wood kind of pops out and makes a nice little effect on it. Yeah, I've got to finish off that as well. I'm not going to do the whole interior of this thing as well, because that will take a very long time, and seeing as it's just a parkour map, I am going to do bits of the interior. So like you might go through like a window somewhere, go through the building a little bit and come out another window, just do some parkour on the inside and then back to the outside, you know, like that sort of thing. Yeah, there's the front view from here, and this overlooks a nice little village and a cathedral over there, which I'll get into soon. And yeah, that's pretty much the castle, guys, so I'm very happy with it. So if we go all the way up to the top here, you'll be able to see how high this thing actually is. This is the biggest building that I've ever done, and I'm just ecstatic with it. Like, I personally, I reckon I did alright on it, considering I haven't really built anything on this scale before. Because, I mean, like, I thought that cathedral was big. I was so proud of myself when I built that. It was the biggest thing I've ever built before. And, well, I decided to go bigger with the castle, so... and yeah, I did put a little blossom tree over here, which I think looks kind of little cool. And there's a little face on the side of the building, because everyone's saying it looks like a face, looks like it has a mustache, and well, there you go, it has a bloody face. It creeps me out sometimes, but hey. Alright, yeah, so let's move into this place a little bit. Now, the ship. I'll probably say the ship is probably the thing that I'm most proud of in this world. I'm like, yeah, the castle's amazing, and I do love that thing as well, I'm so proud of it, but this ship, I don't know. There's just something about it, something how I did it. I really like this ship, and there's a little bit of parkour that goes through this. So like for instance, you come through this way, that all goes all the way back, obviously. And this isn't all going to be medieval sort of stuff as well. Like I do have like the giant tree and sort of nature stuff, the caves, the old ancient temples on the ground. I have swamps and nether stuff and all that. So it's not all just going to be medieval. We'll get into the other bits soon. But just for an idea of the parkour, so it kind of goes up like this. You got to kind of try and work out where to go in this parkour. Kind of want to do something different rather than just making it like, you know, just a straight out parkour sort of course. I'm not even sure if I remember where to go. I think I go around this way. I do believe. it's been a while. Yeah. You go around here, you slip around the back here, and then you jump up here, I believe. Yep, jump up here, and then you go up along the top here, and then you jump over onto the little the mast over here, and you climb up the mast like from there. I'm not going to go through the whole thing, but you kind of jump over to this, climb up that, then climb up along those beams there. You can't go all the way up, obviously, so you have to do a big jump over to here, and then you climb up further. So that's the basic idea of that. And eventually you get all the way up to the top up here, and you work your way down, and that's where the parkour currently ends. It currently ends right here, but obviously I am going to bridge it across some of these and put a couple of little extra buildings and stuff in here to kind of bridge it to the wall over there. So yeah, it is a parkour map, so there is a lot to it. So like, you wouldn't really guess that parkour kind of runs through this, which is the kind of thing that I was going for. I mean, like, I wanted it to look natural, like kind of like a nice sort of landscape that you can just kind of jump through. There's a little bit of course. It is kind of hard to work out where to go sometimes, but it is also kind of easy in that way as well. Like, for instance, here, you jump off onto here. Obviously, you keep going straight, you go across here, and so on and so forth, across those, and you actually go through the window over there. But it works out quite well. Anyway, back to the landscapes. So most of these buildings are kind of similar. Most of them are furnished on the inside also, because I did decide to take the parkour through a couple of them. Like, for instance, this one here. And that one there, just because I thought it would be a nice little thing. And yeah, there are a couple of little cracking jokes in this from people who've tested the map who seem to put in jokes and stuff. And also decided to do a graveyard down the back here. Looks kind of nice. We've got the cathedral. So the cathedral, as I said, this is the first sort of major building that I did, the biggest building that I've ever done. Because, well, look at these buildings, they're not that big, right? And this was the biggest sort of thing that I've done before the castle, obviously, and I reckon it turned out quite good. I do kind of like the design. I think there was one mistake somewhere. I don't exactly know where. I think it was slightly uneven. I think it might have been on the roof somewhere, but you can barely notice it. But it really annoyed me at the time. Like, god damn you! Why do you have to be like that? And yeah, so the parkour goes across this. It actually slips around the back here and stuff. So if you fall, well, you're gonna die. And further up, so it's all just kind of village. This water does run all the way down to the ocean. It's kind of a little thing that I want to take all the way down to the main water. And terraform mountains and stuff. I am going to go over these a bit later and kind of make them less sort of flat, but just for the time being, that's how they are. And I tried to make it also so that you can't really climb up the sides and stuff, so there's no way of cheating your way around. I'd say there's a couple of ways, but I do try to, well, stop the most of the ways so it doesn't get too confusing for people. This is just outside, so that leads to the other area, but this is where you come out into this area, so this is your first view. A little bit of a water house. I was planning on making it so you have to turn on this water, and then it like opens up this gate down here, but I didn't end up doing that, so you can actually just slip straight through and go all the way through. That's more just there for decoration these days, a little water house. Okay, and that's pretty much the medieval area. Now if we slip back through the cave here, so this is the area before that one, so you'd actually end up going through that way. This is Big Tree. I'll call this area Big Tree, because, well, it's a big tree. Like, this is the tree over here, and this kind of ties into another area as well. That's another area down there, which we'll get to later. But yeah, a very big tree. I've always been a fan of building trees. That's probably one of my favorite trees there. I do like how that one looks. So I decided to go for like the biggest possible tree that I possibly could go. Wow, that was very, very high pitched. Sorry, your ears might be hurt on the little bits, but so yeah, the parkour does run through here as well. You kind of use these things to kind of jump across for part of it, and you also do climb up the big tree trunk itself, all the way up to the top and whatnot. And yeah, it does a lot of things around this area. I will run through the parkour one day. So let me know if you guys do want to see a video on that, because I'd be happy to record it, even if the map is not done yet. I'll be happy to go through it and record it. I just need to work out where the next area is. I think it's in this cave here. So I'm not going to save this, so I'm just going to break through. Just going to smash through this wall. There we go. Alright, so you actually do take TNT over here and you actually blow up that wall, which I'll explain in a moment. Let's just switch on the lights. So I did put a couple of lights in here. I can't see where my icon is. Yeah, so the lights kind of like light up slowly just down towards the end there, which I really do like the effect of that. I was quite happy with that one. They don't really turn off properly because there's a little bit of lighting glitches in this game, but it's not too bad. So that's the TNT cart, and obviously if you lose that cart somehow, you can get another one. I think there's like another 4 or 5 up there or something. Pretty much the goal is to get this cart to the end, so you got to try and switch the levers and stuff. It's a little bit of a puzzle in a way, and you got to try and get it up to this part here, but it's also part of the track is missing, so you also have to parkour around in this area and try and find rail tracks to finish the track. which in like little boxes like this, for instance, you might find like 6 in that one, or like 1 down there, and you kind of have to parkour to them around the place. Because I didn't want to take the parkour aspect out of this, but I also wanted to introduce a little bit of a puzzle to it. And yeah, this is what I came up with. And also, you can't activate the TNT cart, well, properly until it reaches here, because we've got a little bit of redstone there, which detonates it instantly and blows open this wall and leads to the next area. Okay, but this next one, I'm just going to break through the roof, because this next part is a bit of a... That's my redstone. So yeah, there's a little bit of redstone up here. I tried to... My redstone's not the most neat. I kind of know how it works, but anyone else joins as well is like, what the hell were you thinking? You could have done it so much easier, but nah. I do my redstone a little bit differently. This is the minecart system, so it looks like there's more than 5 in there, actually. It looks like there's quite a lot in there, but it just kind of drops it down one by one, and yeah, gives you the carts. Right, so where is that cave? It goes through here. So this is where I first switched to the Xbox One, this area here, because I did start this map on the Xbox 360, obviously, and eventually switched to the Xbox One. I think this is the area in here. So pretty much from this part on is all the Xbox One edition. So, do we have a minecart? No, we don't. Alright, we'll get a minecart. So it's like a little bit of like a roller coaster sort of thing, because as I said, I just wanted to put like a little bit of cave sort of stuff in it, but I thought the caves might be getting kind of old, so I decided to put a little bit of other stuff in it. I can't see what I have. Can I, is it working? There we go. Alright, so we jump in that and we hit this button, and it takes us on a nice little ride, so let's enjoy the ride. So it just kind of goes for like a little area like this, just a nice sort of calm sort of ride that just goes around in circles, but kind of wanted to... I was watching, what was I watching when I was making this? I was watching, Journey to the Center of the Earth, and I remembered seeing all these, you know, if you've seen it, that scene where the track kind of goes all around the place, and the like track's missing here, and they fall and land on the next one. This kind of goes for all this crazy sort of stuff. That's kind of what I wanted to achieve in this. So that's sort of the basic design I tried to go for there. It kind of just goes all over the place. And there's a little trick coming up here, because you've been in the caves for so long, which you guys will see soon. You're like, oh, finally daylight, I'm almost there, and then boom. Yeah, and it's crushed your hopes and dreams. Just in that little move right there, you're crushed, right? And it takes you down to this other area where this next part actually was. So just back here, and then you're like, oh, I'm gonna quit. I'm out. You know, because you've been there for so long, and you're so happy to get out. No, I'm not letting you get out. And this is the underground temple, which we'll get into now. But the next area that I wanted to show you was a branch off of the temple, just because I had to get the height up a little bit to kind of meet up with the big tree that was down the end there. So if we drop down in here, this is the area down here. This is a small part of the temple. I tried to go for a little bit more of a ruin sort of area in this one, whereas the other part over there will be a little bit more complete. So it's kind of like a cluttered sort of area. I try to make it look like things are just growing through, everything's just falling apart, and just try and make it look all natural and everything. So you got to parkour up all this, obviously. And yeah, it is a little bit dark, but I tried to bring the light in with a hole in the roof at the very top, which kind of adds a nice little effect. And this is the other area through here, so we'll just break our way through. Alright, so with this area you actually have to find levers that are hidden around this, well, not really hidden, but more areas that you have to parkour to. And something I do want to add to this is hints on where they are, just in case people can't find them. So I'm going to add like a little wall of sort of hints that you can kind of access if you can't find a certain lever. And yeah, so yeah, there's kind of hidden around, like for instance there's one up here. There's like one at the top of this sword somewhere. Where was it again? I think it was over here. Yeah, so you gotta kind of parkour your way across all that. I think there's another one up in here. Yeah, this is the trick sign. I put a bunch of signs so like it's not here, go away. No, it's not here. So you like keep pressing the lever over and over and over again, and it just keeps displaying these signs saying go away. But yeah, it actually is one of the levers. And yeah, this is this basic area, so it's yeah, kind of like a little temple, old civilization sort of thing I wanted to kind of go for. And yeah. This area probably took the longest because I just got really sick of doing this area as well, which is why it kind of looks a little bit bare in some places. I just wanted to get the hell out of this place. I was so sick of it. I was just, I'm done. I want to get back up to the sky. I want to get back up to the bright, you know. And this is the big tree again, so this is the bottom half of it. So yeah, I kind of try to go for like a So like the trees kind of light up. It's kind of like an avatar sort of thing, where everything's kind of like glowing and looks kind of cool. And yeah, these vines are a little bit overgrown, but that kind of should go in an arch. Kind of makes it look a little bit more overgrown. But seeing as I've been in it for so long, the vines have just kind of grown all the way down to the water. I'll trim them back eventually. I'll pay my gardener one day and he can go through and do it. And yeah, so the parkour runs through this area, so it kind of goes this way just for an idea. So like you get to the top of this tree and you jump across these mushrooms, giant mushrooms. And then you'd kind of, oh god, I suck. And then you jump onto that, you climb this tree, and then you jump through this hole over here, and you come out the other side over here. So that's the basic idea of that. Big mushroom right there. Try to go for like a giant mushroom, something that's abnormally, you know. I reckon it looks pretty good. Bit average, but it's not too bad. Alright, and this is where the area starts to get a bit more meh, you know. This next area that we're going to. So where is the cave? Hello? There it is. So it's where it kind of starts to get a bit more average. This is because that area I started to get a little bit better at building, but you can kind of see it kind of going down over time, you know. So where do we go again? I think we go through somewhere here. It's been a very long time since I've actually gone through this because I haven't actually had people testing out this map lately either. We usually have a couple of testers on it and they come through and play it. I swear there was a hole here somewhere. Here it is. Alright. And we'll go into the house. So this is the house at the edge of the swamp. So you're going to kind of jump through all this. A little trick jump there. No, you can't make that. You fall down. You're like, oh, where do I go from here? You kind of like climb up and jump across the inside of the house. Mini checkpoint here, which we'll go through. And this is the swamp. So this place I was kind of thinking about revamping maybe. I'm not too sure. It's kind of a part of the map now. I don't really particularly want to change it. Probably because I'm lazy. But this is the swamp. So I'm trying to think of the inspiration behind this. I think it was Fable Free. Kind of like the swamp they had in that. Like, there was supposed to be more trees in this. I kind of want it to be like a dark, sort of scary sort of swamp, you know. But, well, yeah. And the trees are kind of average in this as well. That's kind of there. Yeah, not too much to see in this place. So you just kind of jump across the trees, the light posts, the houses, the guard towers, and everything like that to get to the house over there, and you move on. And the first area and last area of this map was the Nether, because I did do a map before this one, another parkour map, which, I don't know, I'm not sure one day. Let me go if you guys want to see that one. Now, at the start, I kind of tied it into this map, but now I just kind of classify this map as just a completely separate map, you know? But, yeah, it kind of ties into that part up there. The old finish to the other map was kind of up there, and I started off on this map. And you kind of like fall down into hell and yeah, start all over again. You got to parkour through everything. Mustachio! This was a drunken night with a mate. We just decided to build a ghast and it kind of grew some eyebrows and a big moustache and yeah. So became Mustachio. But yeah, I decided to put lava in the first area because, well, you're probably going to die a couple times in this one because, well, lava, you fall in, you're dead. Not much you can do about that. But yeah, the parkour is sort of the same basic idea. You kind of go through here. This area is probably a little bit more harder. I tried to kind of make the parkour where to go a bit more easier as you kind of went on, but in this area it's a little bit more complicated. It's hard to find where to go. Whether I'll fix that eventually, I don't know. And this is a little bit of redstone. I've turned this off for testing the maps. And I'm not sure if I'll keep this in the end result of the map, whether I'll release it or keep it. I'm still not too sure on that one. I'll have to make that decision later because it is a little bit more complicated. It's kind of basic idea. You have to get a minecart to the end over there. So there's a bunch of switches and stuff around that switch the tracks around and push pistons down like that and all that kind of stuff. And it opens up this door over here eventually. Whether I'll keep that in, I'm not too sure yet. And this just leads to like a little area like here. So yeah, you can see how things kind of started off on small scale like this. Like this is fairly large scale, but you can see how much bigger it kind of got towards the end there, which is why it's taken so long. Yeah, we got a little bedrock wall in the back there and everything. Remember doing that. Yeah, try to go a little bedrock wall because I didn't want to do like another wall like that. Yeah, too much work. But now, so yeah, this is where it kind of drops down to that area. So yeah, I was going to put like the ending of the other ones. So like it said like thank you and a sign across the middle and everything. I was going to kind of like do that. And then you like hit a button somewhere in here. I think I removed the button because I didn't want people pressing it because, well, you can't reset this. As soon as that drops, it's dropped. So I removed the button temporarily. until it actually does it. And then this is a starting area, which connects up all the checkpoints to all the areas. So if you're doing it properly in survival, like you've got the jungle, you got the temple, you got the swamp. I haven't put one in for the castle yet, or the mines, but we'll eventually do that. And that's just the basic kind of stuff. I have actually changed my YouTube name, so I really should change that. This is just proof that it was built on super flat, because everyone that joins is like, you're lying to me, this wasn't built on super flat, how dare you? And that's just underneath there, just in case someone spawns underneath. Just jump in the lava, respawn, whatnot. And yeah, that's pretty much the map, guys. So yeah, it's been a long time in the making. As I said, I haven't been working on it constantly for 6 years. Usually I kind of get a bit burned out sometimes and just kind of take a bit of a break for like, I don't know, like 2 months or 3 months, whatever, and then come back to it and do a bit more with a bunch of fresh new ideas. Because I usually find after a break, I usually come back and have all these ideas. I'm like, oh, this would look amazing, and then after a little while, I'm like, oh, I really don't know what to do with that. I really don't care, you know? So I usually take a break every now and then continue on it. But I am very close to finishing. I did want to upload this map when it was finished, but the factor is I really don't know how I'm going to do that, seeing as I'm on the Xbox One. There's not many ways of sharing it, especially on the Bedrock Edition, unless you go into contracts with Microsoft themselves and release it on their store. You can't like release it on some site online. You used to be able to on the Xbox 360, but on the Xbox One and Bedrock Editions, well, you can't really do that. So that remains to be said on whether I'll release this map, guys. But what I do know is when I finish it, I will be hosting this map for people to join and play and test and whatnot. So I'll do another video on that when I play through the map. And well, if people want to come and play it, then just add me on Xbox and whatnot, and we'll have a good time. But yeah, that's pretty much it for the map, guys. So if you liked it, then let me know in the comments below. And if you guys have any suggestions or tips or anything that you'd want to see in this map, then yeah, let me know in the comments below as well. And for updates on this map, on whether it's going to be released or whether I'm hosting it or more progressive shots on this map, then yeah, subscribe to my channel. And for a bunch of other Minecraft stuff as well, I'll do a lot of stuff on my channel. But that's pretty much it, guys. As I said, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you all in the next video. Bye-bye.